You know, these classes, the ultimate goal of what we do here is simply learning how to like ourselves, love ourselves, and then extending that to the people in our lives. You know, where the love is unconditional, it's sweet, it's kind, it's, comes from a place that's so deep inside us, that it truly is a way, the kind of love that we express is a way of just thanking God for having given this kind of life and the kind of life that we can live with every day. I mean, it's the ultimate goal here. I've always said it, happy people are enlightened people. People who live with open hearts, live with love. I mean, they're enlightened people. They really have discovered, how to work out their karma and why they were born on the earth. And this work is all about that, It's not being a victim. It's not feeling guilty because of other people. It's having the inner power, the inner strength to truly learn what it is to love unconditionally. And of course, as I get back to it all the time, we don't ordinarily have that kind of inner strength. We have to build it in ourselves. We have to do the inner work that makes it possible for us to have the strength inside to keep our hearts open. I mean, that is the final goal on the earth. I mean, there are cosmic goals, there are, transcendental goals, but on the earth, it is truly learning to be a happy person, becoming a happy person, being a happy person. Does, anyone have a question you would like to ask?
Sure. Stuart?
Yes?
Yeah, you've often mentioned that as we master the craft and grow stronger inside, that our external reality shifts. Now, as it appears, the world is getting crazier by the day. Is that a reflective on the collective consciousness, or is that showing us the work we have to do?
No, it's not the work. It's a reflection of the madness in the world. How completely conflicted people are in themselves, how angry they are, and that what goes on, this whole thing in the Ukraine, I mean, it's beyond absurdity. But that is a reflection of the insanity inside of people. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, I always say it, if people could learn to live with their hearts open, this would be some extraordinary place to live. But everybody knows better than everybody else. Everybody wants more power than everybody else. And what do? You have like a stupid situation that's going on in the Ukraine. God knows thousands of people might get killed because the people involved in the power refuse to change inside. I mean, how could somebody with an open heart gather 190,000 people around a country wanting to invade it? What is the point? What is the point? Because it not only creates war now, it'll create war 10 years down the road because that whole country is going to be in constant rebellion. I mean, the whole thing is insane. And it really reflects the insanity in people. Not only the leaders, and just about all people that live in the world that haven't developed an inner life that is strong enough to live with their hearts open. I would say it is the collective consciousness. And I would say there's a handful of people in the world that learn how to do this, that they are the pillar which keeps the world completely from going off its orbit. Global warming is another thing like that. How could you, anybody read this stuff that what's going to happen to the earth and not immediately do something about it? It's mad. It's all about greed and money and power. And in 50 years, there might not be an earth, So it's all in people's heads. It's that collective consciousness of greed, of money, of power that creates the insanity. And when people live like that and think like that, the world reflects it.
Thank you, Stuart.
And, just to finish, nobody learns anything. I mean, for God's sake, what everyone in America went through in the Vietnam War should teach us how war is a completely futile thing. It does nothing but kill people. At the end of it, the world doesn't change. People have to change. They have to work on themselves and change. And if they don't do it, I'm telling you, there's a handful of people, the pillars that keep the world. I used to hear this when I was younger. Oh, there are, 10, 12 people that their wisdom and knowledge and what they keeps the world from going from off its own. And I agree with it. And frankly, I'd rather be one of those 10 or 12 people that somebody's going to be walking around with a machine gun trying to kill other people for no reason. So, our responsibility is to do the inner work, transform ourselves, get our hearts open, live with love. Not innocence. Yes, there has to be innocence to do this, but innocence with real power behind it. And that power can only come from inside. The connection that we all have with higher energy, God, whatever you want to call it. Does anyone else have a question I'd like to ask? And to be honest, in the last 3-4 months, I have felt more love. I've felt more, my life has changed so drastically in the last 3 or 4. I mean, yes, I see the world completely differently now. The reality I see every day is of a completely different nature than it was 3 months ago. I have grown, and that reflects my inner growth. And I'm just endlessly grateful for it, because I would much rather see that than, the bullshit that goes, that gets strung out and all the bullshit that goes on in this world. And it makes it possible for me to come here and do this. I mean that. I mean, I could come here on Zoom and have 15 terrorists sitting here talking about, that's what I'm projecting, you understand? Where you come and you open and people really are open and receiving love, and this is the consciousness they want to live with. So we attract each other. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, I don't do it through the media, through all that, because that doesn't work. I just do it because of the work I do on myself. And it's not for everybody. Look, there's not a lot of people in this class here, 12 people. And this kind of class should be held in front of the United Nations. I mean it, you know, to hear something like this. It might change some people. I doubt it, but it might. Does anyone else have a question you would like to ask? I just, you know, the announcement I've been making, I'll repeat it. On the 5th of March, I'm going on a vacation for 7 days. I'll be back the following Saturday. I am not sure there's going to be classes. It depends on a lot of stuff. But it's also a week I need a rest. I really do. This has been unbelievably intense. This last month, last lifetime, frankly. I can't remember ever taking a vacation, you know, real vacation, you know, beach. So I'm going to go away, and they'll, you know, there probably will be classes. I'll let you all know, you know. I'll send it, but if there aren't that week, there will be a class the Sunday after I get back on the 13th. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, you know, we'll have meditation on Sunday, this coming Sunday, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for that question, Larry. You brought something out of me. I think that was very important. So please try to take all this in, work with it. Our goal is to change. I mean, we're not going to change this stupid world, but we can change in ourselves. And maybe that change will touch some people that we know and we interact with. I mean, I don't know how 8 billion people are going to change. You know, that's with God and reincarnation and an eternity of lifetimes for people to arrive at a place where they finally say, I need to do something of a spiritual nature. The other thing doesn't work. So bless you all. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday.
Bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Night. Bye.